by the name of Allah and of kind Allah. My name is Musafi. My name is Mateen Musafi, and my last name is Musafi. So now I'm here, and I'm so glad that I speak in front of you. So now I want to speak about time. So let's move on. When asked what's the biggest mistake we make in life, the good reply: the biggest mistake is you think you have time. Time is free, but it is priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it, and once it's lost, you can never get it back. The average person lives 78 years. We spend 28 years of life sleeping. That's almost a third of our life. But 80% of us struggle to sleep well. We spend 10.5 years of life working, but 50% of us still live their current jobs. We spend 9 years on TV and social media. We spend 6 years doing chores. We spend 4 years eating and drinking. We spend 3.5 years in education. We spend 2.5 years grooming. We spend 2.5 years shopping. We spend 1.5 years childcare. And we spend 1.3 years of life commuting. That leaves us 9 years. How we will spend that time? Steve Jobs say your time is limited, so don't always live in someone else's life. And now, let's move on. Imagine you wake up every day with $86,400 in your bank account, and at the end of the day, they are all gone, whether you use it or not. And the next day, you get a new $86,400. What would you do with it? Every day, 86,400 seconds are deposited into your live account, and at the end of the day, once you're used up, you get a new 86,400 seconds. We would never waste it if it was money, so why do we waste it when it comes to time? Those seconds are so much more powerful than dollars, because you can always get dollars, but you can't always get more time. To realize the value of money, ask a student who fell in the grave. To realize the value of one mom, ask a mother who lost her child in the final one. To realize the value of a week, ask an editor on an online magazine. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask a couple who's in a long-distance relationship. To realize the value of a minute, ask a person who just missed a bus, train, or plane. And to realize the value of a second, ask a person who just missed an accident. And to realize the value of a millisecond, ask a person who just came second in the Olympics. We think it's people wasting our time, but it is really us giving the permission to do that. And in reality, these people believe inside us. Don't let someone be a priority when all the other day is an option. Some of us lose the most important visitors because we don't value their time. Some of us don't recognize how important someone is to us until they're gone. And finally, William Shakespeare said, time is very slow for those who want, very fast for those who scared, very long for those who sad, very short for those who celebrate, but for those who love, time is eternal. There is two teachers that always teach for us. One is time and the other is life. Life teach us make good use of time, and time teach us the value of life. Value of life. Thanks for attention to me.
Thank you. It was great. A big question. So may I have some questions for you about time?
If you have any question, all of you can ask me.
First, let me ask you some questions about time, okay? So what's right about some people who waste their time?
Okay, those people that waste their time, they don't know the value of time. If you know the value of time, you would never waste it, because you can never get back the time. Time is just for one. If you use it, you can use it. If you don't use it, it will be wasted by you. So never waste.
And also, do you have any recommendations, suggestions for those people who cannot manage their times? Because managing the time is also difficult and challenging for most people around the world, especially for Afghan people or students who always complain that we don't know how to manage our time. So what's right about those people?
The first step